Hi, I'm Gwen the Resource Maven, and today I want to talk about some rising interest in exploration in Atlantic Canada. Explorers and miners are forever focusing their interest en masse in sort of a hot new jurisdiction. There's a few areas in the world right now that are particularly attractive. Ontario and Quebec certainly, parts of West Africa, Nevada is always hot. But one new area that I want to mention is starting to attract a fair bit of attention, and that's the Maritimes. Now, for those non-Canucks out there, the Maritimes are the east coast provinces of Canada, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Newfoundland. A few years ago, if you'd asked me about gold in the Maritimes, I would have had not really much to say. Historically, there was a lot of gold production in the Maritimes, but that all ended around the Second World War, and there hasn't been much since then. But there is still gold there. So leading the charge of a sort of gold return in the Maritimes is a company called Atlantic Gold. They're building a gold mine right now. The first gold is expected in about 9 months. And the interesting thing there is they've taken the old approach to gold in Nova Scotia, which is underground mining of high-grade veins, and they've made it a lower risk open pit operation by looking at all the disseminated lower grade mineralization that surrounds those high-grade veins. It's an approach that's working out really well. The economics of the new mine look fantastic, and we'll see how, and investor interest in the company is certainly on the rise. Now, they're leading the charge in Eastern Canada, but there's a lot of other companies at work over there as well. One of those would be Marathon Gold. So Marathon is actually operating in Newfoundland. They've defined just over 1 million ounces of gold in 4, again, open pitable deposits, and they're advancing those deposits closer towards production, while also exploring along a pretty underexplored land package, because that's what you can get in an area that sort of sidestepped exploration interest for decades and decades. That's in Newfoundland. In New Brunswick, there's a company called Galway Metal, which is exploring a historic resource that they're getting some good grades drilling into. They're also exploring a bunch of targets along a 65-kilometer strike land package that they've established, so that's pretty interesting. Anaconda Mining is also a small producer in New Brunswick. They produce just a little bit of gold right now, and they're working on exploring for more. You know, it adds up to a lot of interest. Those aren't the only companies that are there. I would also, I'd say the interest in Eastern Canada was really highlighted this week when we had an interesting deal that came out. So it was on Tuesday morning, and we had a public shell merged with a private company. The private company had 4 historic gold mines in Nova Scotia, a similar sort of layout to what Atlantic Gold, that one that's building the mine, originally had. 4 high-grade historic gold mines where they see opportunity to turn those small resources into large open pit resources that could become mineable. When that deal was announced, the shell valuation shot up sort of 150% on good volume right off the bat. That just shows you investors are paying attention not only to Atlantic Canada, which is interesting in itself, but also to new gold deals. It's good validation that investors are very much still engaged with the gold market and paying attention to new deals that are coming out. So I would just say the Maritimes, it's an area that's attracting a lot more interest, and there's certainly still a lot of gold there to be found.